Hello students, welcome to Music Appreciation Online. My name is Mr. Campbell. I'm going to be your instructor for this course. So in this first video, I want to go over how to find the course syllabus, and then I'll go over some things you'll need to know about the course. So to find the course syllabus, if you're new to Blackboard, you'll see we have a syllabus tab here on the top left of our menu. So I'm going to select that, and then I'll simply download this file to be taken to our course syllabus. So like I mentioned, this is Music Appreciation. This is a completely online class. The whole class will be on the Blackboard page. And you'll also notice this is a 5-week class. So since this class is 5 weeks, that means it will be accelerated. So we're going to be moving fairly quickly, so you want to make sure you give yourself enough time every week to complete your assignments. Like I mentioned, my name is Mr. Campbell. Over the summer, you can reach me through my email address. You'll see it listed here on the syllabus, christopher.campbell@beaufortccc.edu. I'm going to be responding to all emails this summer within 48 hours. So if you have any questions or concerns about the course, you can reach out to me that way, and I'll always respond within 48 hours. All right, so course description. In this class, we're basically going to be studying music of Western society. So we're looking at music from the European tradition, and we'll talk about some composers you've heard of before, such as Bach, Vivaldi, Mozart, Beethoven, and the course will be divided into 5 separate units. Our first unit is all about the elements of music. So in that unit, we're going to be working to build a musical vocabulary, talking about things like what is a melody, what is a rhythm, what is harmony. And then once we've established that vocabulary, our second unit is all about music of the Baroque era. That's when composers like Bach lived. And then our third unit will be about the classical era. Our fourth unit is the Romantic era. And our fifth unit is all about the 20th century in music. Moving down our course syllabus here, we now have a list of student learning outcomes. These are basically things the college hopes students will achieve by taking this course. So things like written communication, content knowledge, critical thinking. Following that, we have a list of general education competencies, which are essentially the same thing as the student learning outcomes here. Instructional methods. So the class, like I mentioned before, will be completely on Blackboard. That's where all of your resources will be. And there will be no textbook required for this course. You'll see what's listed here on our course syllabus. This is an open resource textbook, which is basically just a free website that you can use to further research any of these topics. So for this class, the PowerPoints that you see on Blackboard are going to be taking the place of a real textbook. So as you're studying for quizzes or working on your assignments, you want to be using the PowerPoints as your main resource. If you want to then further read about any of these topics, then you can open up this open online resource textbook just to learn more. But again, the PowerPoints will be serving the role as the main textbook of this class. Some of the required materials, really the main thing you'll want for this summer section is reliable internet access off campus. And you may want to use Microsoft Word as well. If you don't have Microsoft Word, you can actually download a free version of it just by being a student at BCCC. You can do that by going to their website and then logging in with your BCCC credentials to download that free version of Microsoft Word. Sometimes it will make things easier to submit on Blackboard if you have a Word document. Okay, moving forward, we have now topics and assignments. So each week, I'm going to be delivering content through Edpuzzle videos, and these are essentially lecture videos that are going to be pausing momentarily for you to answer questions about the content that's just been covered. So all of these Edpuzzles will be counting towards your grade, and that's how each week is going to be starting. So you'll be starting each week by watching some of those Edpuzzles, and then you'll be completing assignments based off of the content. The assignments will be journal assignments, there'll be some discussion boards, there'll be some assessments or quizzes and things of that nature really. And you'll see that in our methods of evaluation, I've listed out how your final grades will be determined. So quizzes will be given about once a week. There's one quiz for each unit, and the quizzes will be 15% of the final grade. Those quizzes are going to be online. There'll be no more than 25 questions, and most of those questions will be multiple choice questions with just a few short answer questions in there. The journal assignments will probably be the most common type of assignments that we have. Each week you'll probably have at least 2 or 3 of these journal assignments to complete. And these will be worth 20% of the final grade. There will be some discussion boards as well that will be worth 10% of the final grade. And also the Edpuzzle lecture videos that you complete will be counted towards your discussion board grade. For the official exams, there is a midterm and a final. The midterm will be given after the second unit, and it'll be worth 15% of the final grade. That's also an online Blackboard assessment. And the final exam, of course, will be given at the end of the course, and it will also be 15% of the final grade. Each of you will also be completing an evaluation paper. This is a paper that I always assign after Unit 1, where you basically have an opportunity to demonstrate all the content you've learned in Unit 1 by listening to a musical CD or album of your choosing and analyzing 3 tracks off of that. So I'm going to assign that after Unit 1, and it will be worth 15% of the final grade. Each of you will also be giving 1 video summary assignment. These will be worth 10% of the final grade, and I'll also usually assign these after Unit 1. But basically, this is where you get to select one of your favorite topics we've discussed in this course, and then do a very short video presentation about that topic. So I want to talk about some of the instructor policies here. So most of the work you complete for this class will be submitted through Blackboard. And if you haven't used Blackboard before, there are plenty of tutorials out there on our Blackboard page. If you're having trouble submitting an assignment or opening an assignment or navigating a course page, this would be a good place for you to check. Since this is an accelerated 5-week class, late work will not be accepted in this class. You'll see we do have 2 due dates each week. The first due date will be Sunday nights, and that's when the Edpuzzle videos will be due. And then the journals and the discussion boards and quizzes will then be due on Tuesday nights. So each week you can count on having things due Sunday night as well as Tuesday night. If you know that you have something coming up that's going to prevent you from completing these assignments on time, go ahead and reach out to me before the due date, and then I'll be likely to give you an extension on that assignment. So if you're reaching out to me before the due date, I'll be far more likely to give you an extension on that rather than you trying to turn it in after it's been due. Also, any work that's been generated by artificial intelligence or ChatGPT or any of the other ones will not be tolerated for this course. If you are using artificial intelligence for this course, you will be receiving a 0 on that assignment, and if it's a repeated offense, I will seek further disciplinary action. So you want to make sure that everything you are turning in for this course has been generated by you. So that also includes plagiarism as well. Please make sure you're never copying, pasting anything from outside sources or having other softwares generate your response. Please make sure everything you turn in is written by you. So attendance for online classes is going to be counted by you submitting your work. So every week when you submit your assignments, that will count as you being present for the course. And then if you fail to turn in assignments, that will be basically you being absent for that week. And most of you probably know we have a college policy that if students go 14 consecutive calendar days without submitting any assignments, you will be removed from the course. And that's not my policy, that is a college policy. So if that happens, if you go 14 consecutive days or 2 consecutive weeks without turning in any assignments, you will be dropped from the class, and that is out of my control. Should that happen after the last day to withdrawal, it will result in an F for the course. So make sure you're paying close attention to that. But really, if you go a whole week without turning in assignments for this class, it's also going to significantly hurt your grade as well, since it's a 5-week class. You'll also notice that for this class, if you miss more than 6 total assignments, then I have the right to withdraw you from this course. So I don't always do that, but if there's a student who has a failing grade and you're consistently missing assignments and I've not heard from you so far as to why you're missing these assignments, then I'll probably withdraw you from the course, and that's just to save you from getting an F. A W on your transcript will look a whole lot better than an F will. As we move throughout our syllabus here, next we have Aviso. So some of you probably know the college operates with this Aviso software, which basically just means that we have a team of trained academic counselors who can see your progress throughout a course, and should you start to fail to complete your assignments, they may be reaching out to you just to make sure that you have all the resources that you need and to try to help you get back on track. So if your grades start to suffer and one of them reaches out to you, that's what it is. Just keep in mind they're always on your side. They want to see you succeed. Next on our syllabus, we have this information about the introductory assignment. So if you are all watching this video, that means you've already found that and you've completed that. So thank you for that. The last day to withdraw from this class without academic penalty, which just means you receive a W instead of an F, is June 11th. So I'm going to be reminding you all of this date as well. But basically this means that if you have a failing grade, you are able to withdraw from this class at any time before June 11th, which will give you a W for the class instead of an F. Usually students will only fail this class if they fail to complete all of their assignments. So as long as you're fulfilling your assignments and submitting things every week, it's unlikely you will fail this course. But keep that in mind. I'm going to be reminding us of that last day withdrawal as we approach it. All right, the last thing you'll see on our syllabus is a bunch of these links. If you're a new student to BCCC, here's where you can find information about the campus map, BCCC bookstore, the library, our tutoring center, and so on and so forth. The very last thing you'll see here is a list of our policies and procedures. If you want to read more about any of these policies or procedures, you can click on these links to be taken to our actual stance on these policies and procedures. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up our syllabus video there. Week 1 should already be open for you, so you're free to go ahead and start working on that. Like I mentioned before, our due dates will always be Sundays and Wednesdays. So you will have 3 ed puzzles this week, and all 3 of those will be due at the end of the day on Sunday night. And like always, feel free to reach out to me with any questions you may have.